Good afternoon from Raleigh, North Carolina. At least that's what the name might as well be. I just am hard pressed to keep the sunshine out of here. But at any rate, in the carpool lane, got some time, so I thought I'd talk about one thing I used to have with my daughter. She used to watch several PBS programs. Now, she likes to go for the older stuff, which she's not really old enough for yet, but still trying to work that out. But there was a show, and I try to remember if it's still, I guess it still plays. I'm not sure if it's still shooting, but I'm not sure if you're familiar with Super Y. Remember, there was a kid named Wyatt, and if there were problems to solve, they would go to a tree house. So they go to the tree house, and then they, change into things. And Wyatt, if you will, would change into Super Y, right? Remember, it was a tongue-in-cheek show, right? I mean, remember there was Little Red Riding Hood, who for whatever reason had on roller skates, and and in the introduction they would climb. She could climb a tree with her roller skates on. And of course they had the pigs and stuff like that, right? Okay. Well, one issue I had with that show, and in some ways it was nice because it would, get people interested into reading and the effect of words, the power of words. But one thing that I noticed about the show was it wasn't very practical in much of its problem solving. So to give you an example, from my memory, this might be the wildest example, but to give you an example, so remember you had the pig, right? Well, obviously this pig, who would hammer words out, this pig was obviously from the Three Little Pigs, right? So you had this guy from the Three Little Pigs, and he had his brothers, and apparently they all were hard workers. Okay, so this pig had made his sandwich. They all made their sandwich. And then apparently they're going to work. Okay? They're going to work. Now the kid left his lunch, left the sandwich and the rest of his lunch. Now the other brothers have their lunch. And they're just straight up eating in this poor pig's face, right? I mean, some cold-blooded stuff, in my opinion. But anyway, they so the pig eats the food, and or the other pigs do, but he doesn't have his because he left it on the table. Okay, so this pig is still hungry, right? If my memory serves me correct, and feel free to comment otherwise, the pig is so upset, I'm not even sure if he finished the job, but I believe he actually walked past his house. Now that might not, my memory might be a little faulty, but at the very least, he could have just gone and eaten his lunch, right? Seems like an easy problem to solve. But at any rate, he goes right past it, still starving, goes through the entire episode. He even does a little bit too where he hammers out a whole bunch of words, you know what he does, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and he does that hammer thing. I kind of get into it. But at any rate, he goes there the whole time without, just seemed like to me that was not a good example. I mean, because to me, just go eat your daggum lunch, excuse my language, and then find another problem. But at any rate, they go through a whole bunch of words, and, and it basically says something to the effect of, well, no, man, maybe you shouldn't have forgotten your lunch. But he just leaves lunch there. I mean, the kid's starving, right? He was working, he had a hard day's work, and next thing you know, he's no longer, I don't know, to me that just seems like they could have come up with another situation. But anyway, it would do that a lot, where it would be some things that maybe you don't necessarily, or some of them they would like wind up doing what? The person, like, was there a baby crying? The baby was still crying, leaves the baby crying, if I'm not mistaken, or something along those lines. Or maybe mama's upset, I forget. But basically, the kid's basically suspended in crying or still in the baby's still in his feelings. And then they go to that tree house again, try to work it out, and then they come back. Now, who knows what could have happened to the situation then? I don't know. I just never thought of it being. They could have chosen some more viable, practical situations upon which to exercise this problem solving and reading, in my opinion. Anyway, take care, y'all. Bye bye.